Hey guys, welcome back to another great tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to go over the Military Gallery C. We're going to go over the military gallery doors that came out a couple updates ago. You'll see that beautiful door right there. Guys, we were so excited to see all the new content that Fortnite came out with that we didn't spend a moment to actually look at these doors in more detail, see what they can do for us, and how we can use them on our maps. And so let's go ahead and get started with the military mechanical doors. As you can see here, these doors are beautiful and they're pretty unique. What we don't give credit to Epic Games and Fortnite is this is one of the first doors or props in the game where you can customize what they do. This is not like a device. This is an actual prop in the game, so it's actually kind of cool. Guys, I'm going to show you some details on how to create and use these doors in different ways, and let me show you now. So we've been hanging out in the menu system for a minute, and you can see here we have the open length, close length, enable at game start, and enable when receiving from and disable when receiving from. There's only a few options here. In this example, we're going to go ahead and enable at game start no. Then we're going to go ahead and scroll down and do enable when receiving from channel 1. Now, this is just one way to get the doors to open that may not just be from going close to them. Maybe in your adventure map, you can't just go through the doors. You need to unlock something first. With that being said, we're going to go to devices and choose the button out of devices. We're going to grab that and place it down. All right, now we're going to go over the settings. Times can trigger. I'm going to change that to 1 from infinite. That will make the door less buggy. I promise, because the door is kind of buggy. We'll get into that. When interacted with, transmit on channel 1. Make sure you set that to channel 1, just like we did the door. Now when we start the game, you'll see actually the door is set in the open position. So guys, this may get fixed in a later update, but the door is actually pretty buggy. Another interesting thing I learned, as you saw right there, I just hit the door with my pickaxe. What I don't like about this is that means that these doors are destructible, which defeats the whole purpose of locking the door. If you could break through like that, it kind of stinks, right? Because what's the point of having a door that's epic like that if you could just break through it? I really wish they put these doors in the indestructible gallery, but we can't always get what we wish for. What I'm going to do now is show you a workaround for this problem so we can make the doors indestructible. However, if we do this, it will change the entire game. Alright, so we're going to go down to environmental damage, change it to player built only. That's the only thing you have to change. Now, the only problem with this is that means everything in the environment is indestructible. That is including walls and everything else. So if you're trying to do a Zone Wars map or something like that, this could pose some problems if you don't want them to be able to break the door. And you need other things to be able to be broken, and you need to harvest for rocks and stuff like that. But you'll notice here, if I start the game now, running up to it, as you will see right here, is going to go ahead and not let me break through the door. See, because we turned off destroy anything besides player-built structures. Now, if I want to open that door, we're going to go to interact with that button there. Remember, we set that button up to channel 1. Now, you're going to notice here, there is a bug. It's not working. We did everything right. So this isn't on us, all right, guys? We did everything right. But you'll notice it takes a couple of times in the game to start for this to work properly. I don't know if the button needs to be farther away from the door or what. I'm going to chalk this up to the fact that Epic is new to releasing devices that are interactive like this in the game that are actually destructible like this. Compared to other devices that manipulate the game, this is one of the first devices that's actually in the game for us to interact with. Alright, so another cool thing we can do here is that open length and close length. We can extend that. So that open length I just created, I went from 5 seconds to 15 seconds. So maybe you want something more dramatic. Maybe you have this huge thing behind the wall that you want to present. And this is it. It's appearing right now. It's big. Whatever you created is this huge world behind this door, and you didn't want that open time to be 5 seconds. You really wanted to spread it out. You can go ahead and change that timer, which is pretty cool. One last thing to go over here that's pretty neat, you guys can resize these doors as well. So if you go ahead and change the resize button, which is the B button being held down on the Xbox, go ahead and take a look on the left there where it says resize hold. That's what you want to change it to. See, I've made it thicker in this example. So you can make the doors really big and thick, which I just did. I thickened out the door, which is pretty awesome. You can actually thin the door out and make it super thin. So that's another option where you can make it this really thin and sleek looking door. You can really customize this to be exactly what you want it to be. Once again, you can see those glitches there. As I said before, I think this is gonna get better with updates, but at the time of this recording, it's still a little buggy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and show another example now where we can actually make the door a little smaller or shrink just the sides in to make it not so wide. So we're gonna do that right now. We're gonna bring it in here and create another copy, and you'll now have this really nice, big, tall, shrunken door. Maybe that's still too tall, right? So we can actually do yet another version right here and shrink the top down a little bit. Once again, guys, hold down B for resize, or look on the left there and choose whatever it says resize hold. Hold down that button on whatever device you're playing on. You can see all these amazing different options you can do with the mechanical door. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you like the content you see, please go ahead and subscribe. Thank you guys so much.